Welcome to Raptor Recap, where we take a look at what happened in Raptor Nation for the week of December 8th, 2019. Getting into the holiday spirit, Shaler Crestland Preschool had a holiday party for the 3-year-old preschool families and also the 4-year-old preschool families. Mrs. Ketchman, Mrs. Grunsmeyer, and Miss Mays organized and prepared a fun-filled evening. Everyone was welcome to come and enjoy all the festivities, including a delicious meal. Families could decorate a gingerbread house, read a holiday story, talk with Santa, make holiday crafts, and play holiday games. About 120 people enjoyed this come-and-go event. Our high school band and choir have been working hard to bring you a stellar holiday concert on Monday night. The band and choir will be going on a spring music trip to Nashville in March. If you are planning on going and haven't made your November payment yet, please do so as soon as possible to ensure your reservation. The Student Senate is asking everyone to bring a canned food item to the concert on Monday, December 16th at 7:30 p.m. at Ridgeview High School. All canned goods collected will be added to the collection boxes that the students contributed to all week. If you donate canned goods, you will be entered into a drawing for a $15 Casey's card. Everyone who donates to the food drive is eligible for the drawing. It was a packed house at Ridgeview Middle School last Monday night as the middle school band and choir presented their holiday concert. Kudos to Mr. Frecking and all the students who have worked so hard to put together an enjoyable evening filled with songs of the season. On Tuesday, the high school select choir was invited to sing at the Good Samaritan Society to add some holiday cheer as KTIV hosted the Tree of Love party for the residents. Later that morning, Galva Holstein 5th graders read books to the residents and also to the residents at Holstein Senior Living. In the afternoon, the 5th graders read to the kindergarten students in Holstein. To create their own books, the students brainstormed ideas and wrote their rough drafts. Then, they did some peer editing and rewriting to polish their books in preparation for publishing. For publishing, the students used a free digital resource called Book Creator, which allowed students to create each page of their books from cover to cover, including stock images or student-created drawings for illustrations. Finally, it was time to print the finished products. The students learned a lot about the writing process and were excited to share their published work with an audience. Most importantly, they enjoyed the opportunity to spread joy with a good book. In 6th grade science, Miss Dolan's classes have been studying the body systems. To end the section on how our body moves materials, they dissected pig hearts. The students were broken into groups of 3 or 4, and each group had a pig heart to study. They looked at the different chambers from the outside of the heart as well as the different arteries and veins. Then they were able to cut the heart in half and see what the chambers look like, as well as look for different valves that separated each chamber. The students really enjoyed getting to cut open a heart to see how it works from the inside out. Shaler Crestland 2nd graders in Mrs. Beatty's class continue to answer questions through experiments with different materials. In this experiment, students used tinfoil, cotton socks, and styrofoam cups to test hot and cold water bottles. Students learned that styrofoam was the best insulator. They also figured out that by doubling the cotton socks, they provided a pretty good protection from the heat, too. Tuesday was a packed night of events for our athletes. Middle school 7th grade girls traveled to Pearson to take on Kingsley Pearson. Our Raptors came home the victors, 35-19. Middle school boys hosted KP, where 7th grade lost a close one, 38-39, and 8th grade won 49-33. Ridgeview High School basketball played in Shaler, where the Raptors hosted the Wolverines of River Valley. JV girls won 22-13, and JV boys won 49-25. Varsity girls won 49-15, varsity boys lost 32-46. Rounding out the night of activities was the wrestling meet in Holstein. The Raptors lost to Humboldt 9-67, lost to South Central Calhoun 24-54, and lost to East Sac 36-48. We had many great matches throughout the night with many great victories. There was also the first time that we were able to see 3 of our girls wrestle at home. On Wednesday, students involved in speech traveled to Sioux City to compete. The Shaler-Crestland third graders in Mrs. Graham's class learned about forces. This unit gave students a new understanding of the invisible pushes and pulls that operate in the world around us. Students realized that understanding forces will let them do surprising things, from building a sturdy bridge of paper to using the pull of a rubber band to send a cardboard hopper flying. Students were launching hoppers to see if the hoppers go above or below a person's shoulders. The students then brainstormed on how to make their hoppers go higher. Some students came up with the idea to have a heavier rubber band, which would put more force on the cardboard hopper. As they experimented with their hoppers, they learned and now understand more about the force of push and pull. Ridgeview Middle School 8th grade girls basketball traveled to Anthon on Thursday to take on MVAO. It was a heartbreaker as our Raptors lost 38-41. At home, the middle school boys basketball hosted MVAO, where it was a sweep for our Raptors. 7th grade score was 41-32, and 8th grade won by 9 with a score of 46-37. Also on Thursday, our high school wrestlers traveled to Lawton to compete in the Lawton-Bronson Triangular. Our Raptors split the night as they won over Lawton-Bronson 51-28 and lost to Woodbury Central 24-58. Friday was the final count day for the food drive competition among the Raptor groups at the high school. One lucky Raptor group will be in for a special treat. Mrs. Beatty's second graders in Shaler used their teamwork skills to build the tallest Christmas tree out of gumdrops and toothpicks. Students kept trying and learning that they needed to support the bottom of the tree before building it taller. Outdoor ed students learned the ins and outs of processing deer. It ended with deer steak and eggs for breakfast on Friday. Mrs. Olson's class have been busy cooking this week. Foods 1's class made omelets. There's a lot of conversation about who made the perfect omelet. The Cultural Foods class made cut-out sugar cookies this week and enjoyed decorating them on Friday. They quickly learned that decorating isn't as easy as it looks on Sugar Rush. In Mr. Mikulik's high school physics class the past 2 weeks, students have been building toothpick bridges. Students designed and constructed a bridge out of toothpicks. This activity was a wonderful integration of math, science, art, drafting, problem solving, and engineering. Students had to measure, design, construct, and calculate the weight of their bridges. Design and construction of any item leads students through a number of invaluable problem-solving steps. The goal of this project was a strong, well-built bridge that would hold 25 pounds of weight. Some bridges tested on Friday were able to hold 40 pounds of weight and still didn't show any signs of breaking. Other bridges didn't fare so well. Galva-Holstein second graders enjoyed their monthly Ag in the Classroom lesson from Erica Wagner. Last week, the students learned a lot about farming in the past and farming in the present. We are thankful for Erica and the great lessons she brings each month to our students. The Galva-Holstein fourth graders used Breakout EDU to practice their English, language arts, and math skills. Breakout EDU uses the same ideas as an escape room, but brings it into the classroom and onto computers. In this particular breakout, the fourth graders had to solve the clues to find the gingerbread man. These are some great life skills our fourth graders are having fun learning. Our archery team headed to Lawton for the first of a 2-day tournament on Friday. Raptor basketball teams traveled to Kingsley to take on the Panthers of Kingsley Pearson. The JV girls lost 18-32, JV boys lost 36-43, varsity girls fought hard and lost a heartbreaker in overtime 49-53, and varsity boys lost 48-54. Saturday sent our wrestlers to Sibley, where we had great success. Lucas Elfs came home with third place for the day. Jack Henderson and Jake Bryfogle brought home second place, and first place honors went to Ethan Thomas, Xander Ernst, and Brecken Conover. Ridgeview Archers returned to Lawton to finish out the 2-day tournament. Alan Brenner and Alexis Turnquist each finished third in their division. Ridgeview as a team brought home third, being only 4 points away from second place. JV boys played in a basketball tournament in Newell Saturday morning. They beat St. Mary's 51-42 and lost a close one to South Central Calhoun 39-42. Then our boys hurried back to Holstein to play Cherokee at 4 o'clock. Our JV girls and JV boys both lost to Cherokee. Our varsity girls played hard but came up with a loss 55-83. In a pretty physical game, our varsity boys ended up with a loss 51-66. All Ridgeview community citizens are invited to a free Christmas dinner at the Shaler Crestland Elementary on Wednesday, December 18th. Serving will begin at 5 p.m. and continue until all the food is gone. This event is made possible by a generous donation from Iowa Select. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Raptor Recap. We appreciate the continued positive support from our parents, communities, and fans. Working together, we will provide a bright future for all of our students.